Helldiver Cadets, welcome to the war. Here's what you need to know before your first dive. Delivered to you in as fast and compact a way as possible, which is glossing over a lot. Option settings. I like to play with both depth of field and bloom off with sharpness to the max for a more clear image. If you're willing to sacrifice some immersion, you can also turn camera shake off. The rest are personal preferences here. Remember aim mode per weapon, remember weapon functions yes, and auto climb during sprint no. Make your first primary warbond unlock Democratic Detonation, as it contains weapons that will give you the greatest degree of flexibility when you're making loadouts, namely the Thermite Grenade, Eruptor Primary, and Grenade Pistol as a secondary. The Thermite gives you anti-tank capabilities, which frees up your weapon slot for something else. The Eruptor and Grenade Pistol give you enough demolition value to destroy all faction spawns, again freeing up your throwable slot or support for something else. Essentially, this warbond gives you a lot of latitude during your early journey. Now look, when it comes to what should be your second premium warbond unlock, you can ask 10 different people and you're going to get 15 different answers. If you ask me, I'd seriously consider Steeled Veterans, as it gives you the Senator as a secondary, which is one of the few non-stratagem weapons with heavy armor pen, Incendiary Grenade, which is pretty solid against all factions, and the Breaker Incendiary, which is decent against the bugs. When it comes to gaining XP as fast as possible, go to the highest difficulty that you're comfortable with and play with a full squad. Randos are just fine. Ensure that at the difficulty that you're at, you and the rest of your squad can clear all points of interests and objectives, and you're going to be racing through medals to unlock items in the warbonds, samples, and XP to unlock stuff in your ship. Also, always do your personal daily order. Points of interest are areas on the map that you're going to find samples, ammo, and sometimes even weapons. In your minimap, they're going to show up as either gems or a location pin. A gem means that that point of interest has yet to be fully exploited, not simply that it hasn't yet been gone to, which is what a lot of people still think in the community. You can actually go to one, not pick up anything, and it's still going to show up as a gem. A location pin means that a point of interest has been fully exploited. If you really want to get to pro status quick, learn about enemy and weapon mechanics such as standard damage, durable damage, damage types, damage multiples, and armor values, all of which that you can find on the Helldivers wiki. This will make sure that you hit the enemies with the right weapons in the right spot for maximum results. However, this really isn't required. If you play enough, you're going to develop a feel for this on your own. When it comes to dodging like a bug charge or a laser beam, it's almost always better to simply run perpendicular to the attack than diving, because sometimes that dive won't clear enough distance and you're going to end up being wasted while prone. Now, diving is still much used. It's a great way to go prone quick, which gives you a lot of control over your weapon, and it puts out a fire if you're on fire. Talking about gunplay, there are two aim modes, third person and first person, the latter of which is great for when you need a high degree of accuracy. On that note, you'll notice that most weapons have a relatively high first shot recoil multiplier, which has the most bearing when you're aiming in first person, so keep that in mind. Oftentimes, you'll only need that level of precision against the boss because they have small, vulnerable hit areas, and somewhat against the squid. If you're hoping to drop overseers, it's those guys with the staves, with a medium armor pen weapon to the head. Now look, I want to be respectful of your time. I don't want to create a 30-minute video. There's just so much to cover. So let's do this. Send me your questions, and I'm going to do my best to get them answered on all platforms. And if I get enough questions about the same topic, I'm going to make a video to cover just that. I can't wait to see you all on the battlefield. Please check out my profile. I've got a ton of videos with tips and loadouts, and we are all excited to have you on board here in the Second Galactic War.